Hello, everyone out there, wherever you are. This is Lee and Britta with COR, and we thought we'd jump on and do a little quick Facebook Live here because we're in our office, the COR home office in Novato, California, and we have a work day today, and we're working right now on the leadership development training. It's coming up at the end of April, and so each year we come back to revise it a little bit and work on the documents and get it all set for those wonderful folks out there who are coming to the LDT. And so we just got excited about the work we're doing on the LDT and wanted to share a little bit about the LDT with you, and then one of the tools that that we're going to be offering in the LDT. And just for those of you who don't know what it is and who we are, perhaps, that we're talking about the leadership development training. It's a 10-month leadership training that we offer at COR, here at COR, that teaches it's a beautiful, powerful introduction to leadership into your life and all the aspects of your life. It's 10 months. It's 3 in-person modules, 2 in Virginia and 1 in California, and lots of interactions in between, and with a great, really cool group of people to go through with. And at the end, there's a project where you bring your leadership into the world. And that's a little snapshot.
Yeah. The people that are doing this, you're gonna get like a huge binder full of materials. And I was just looking at one thing that we are teaching, and that is, what do I do when I get triggered? Or how do I facilitate someone else through when they get triggered? And what I mean by triggered is like there's an emotional charge coming up. So let's say you hear something from your ex, or sometimes it's with parents. They can be great triggers, and something they say or do just triggers you, and it's disproportionate to what's actually happening. So maybe your husband doesn't say hello when he comes in the door, and everything in you just contracts and you feel unloved, or you get triggered, or you think he never pays any attention to you, or whatever. There's like a whole thing that goes on, so we have a thing that we call the 4 Fs. And I really like it because it's kind of a really simple little map of what to do when we get triggered. And it's also a map of what to do when you're helping, which is part of the leadership training, is also helping other people through triggers, and even leading up to facilitation, if that's what you want. Yeah. So the first one is find it. So have you ever noticed when you get triggered, it has some correlation with a place in your body? So maybe your stomach tightens up, or your shoulder tightens up, or your jaw tightens up, or you feel tingling somewhere, or like there's always, with every trigger, with every emotional charge, there's a trigger in the body. Which is awesome, because then we can actually find it. It's not somewhere out there in the ethos, it's like in the body, which is a huge emphasis in the leadership training, is about somatic healing and somatic experiencing. Like, you experience things in the body versus just thinking about it in your head, so let's find it. And
can I just say one thing I think is really cool about that is that in terms of leadership, in terms of life, we often get triggered and we think the charge or the trigger is out there somewhere. And it's, this person did that to me, or she did that, or he did this. And this even happens in loving relationships sometimes. Yes, and we do this, and our tendency is to put it out there. So I love this, like, find it in the body. Wait a minute, I'm triggered. There's something in me that's charged. So I just wanted to say that in and of itself is really cool. That I get to come back to myself and go, okay, all right, what just happened in me when she said that or he did that? That's happening here. That's putting me off balance, or making me less effective, or off my game.
Yeah. Which, by the way, on a little side tangent, we have 12 foundations that we're going to teach you at the leadership training. And one of them is self-responsibility. So to be responsible for your experience, for your trigger. Like, every trigger is my responsibility. It tells me something about me. That sounds so simple, but actually we don't operate like that at all in life, right? It's always about something happened to me, somebody did this to me. And so the first step to find it is super simple and effective and empowering, so I'll find it, then I face it. So who's facing what, right? So so generally when we get triggered, we don't face things. We just run away. We distract, we numb out, we blame, we beat ourselves up, whatever it is. But it's not this. It's not, look, here's the place in the body. I got triggered and I'm going to look at this. I'm going to lean into this. I'm going to face it with both compassion and curiosity. So there's almost like an inquiry, like, wow, what is this? You know, like, it's like, because it's teaching me something about me, right? So then I face it. And, you know, in COR, we have these kind of, we have so many teachings, but, and I don't want to overwhelm you, but one is like about like what part of us can actually face this, and we call that the healthy self. Yeah, so that's the part of it that is like a diamond, you know, that has always been and will always be healthy and complete and whole, and so, and wise and detached and curious. And so that part of us faces this part of us that is totally triggered, and like, so there's like two parts almost going on, you know, like an adult part, a healthy self, that is facing this often younger part that just got triggered. Yeah, so so we do that, and then the third step is we actually feel it, you know, like that sounds so simple too, but we're totally wired not to feel anything that's uncomfortable, you know. So we are, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're just like
it's like we pop out of ourselves, you know, we
right?
pop out of
It's
ourselves,
yeah,
to avoid feeling. We think our way out, or worry our way out, or blame our way out, instead of actually being with our
or
experience.
numb our way out.
Or numb our way out, yeah.
So we feel it, and we feel it as a sensation again in the body. That's how the body releases, by tracking the sensations, which is a whole other thing we teach you. It's about how to track your own sensations, how to help somebody else track sensations, so that that we can feel this, and we can feel the emotions that come up, and stay grounded, and stay and realize that we are not actually hardly ever in danger, you know, like, even though it feels like that to our like nervous system, but it actually isn't, and we're safe. And we're going to teach you how to know that, not from your like head, because that doesn't help that much, but how to know that in your body, and how to teach, how to learn through the nervous system to release these charges. And that's the last F, which is free it. So it's not even so much that you free it, but it frees it, you know, like through grace, through this process of being willing to turn within and be with it, to find it, to face it, to feel it, something just frees, something lets go.
Yeah, and what I love about that, and for those of you who've done any of the workshops at COR, you know, we're big on freeing it, and I think that's where relief is, and release, and new beginnings and new possibilities. Because if you're like me and you felt things in our life that sometimes stick for a long period of time, or like we're in a state of being that feels like it's stuck, or we're carrying this weight. And I just want to say our natural ability as human beings is to let stuff be freed. You know, like, that's the whole point of this, right? You find it, you face it, you feel it, so that it can move on, so we can move on. We can get through things, not around them, but through them. Yeah. And then we open to new possibilities. So we're not like hanging on to this thing for days or weeks or centuries.
Yeah, and there's a real sense of like liberation. So how you know that something has freed up is like, the same situation comes again and you don't get triggered, or you think about something painful or traumatic or like, you know, difficult from your past, and you think about it, and now you don't have the same body sensations anymore, and the same mind thing, and like the stories and the blame and the whatever that goes on there in the mind. It's, you have compassion because it was painful, and you have detachment. You can see your viewpoint, but you can also see whoever was involved with you, and there's forgiveness, and there's just a sense of liberation. So that's the process. That's kind of the roadmap. Now, you know, we have, I told you, we have a really thick folder with all these amazing cutting edge.
I should just show you the folder really fast.
Let's just show it to you.
The LDT binder is
about this size.
This is module 1. There are still papers that this is what it looks like.
Yeah,
so
it's thick because we're giving you all these like cutting edge, both cutting edge tools. They're in alignment with the latest, scientific findings. And they're also ancient tools that have been around. Some of them have been around for thousands of years, and they work, so, and they're both for you leading yourself and you being a better father, a better mother, a better friend, a better lover, a better husband, wife, co-worker, person, with you also going to learn how to lead others.
So here's an invitation for those of you out there who are hearing this. Practice the 4 Fs.
Yeah.
Just invite you, and today, if you're at work listening to this, or you go home with your kids or your spouse or whoever, or just life will present the triggers, right? So here's an invitation. Just practice it now. Like when something triggers you today and you feel angry, or you feel closed off, or you feel numbing out, or your go-to, maybe it's jumping on Facebook, which we love Facebook. Maybe you want to numb out on Facebook. It's like, okay, just practice the 4 Fs. So find it. Okay, something's triggered me. I'm not breathing very deeply. Look at that. Or something scared me. So I'm going to find it in my body. There's somewhere the body knows. Yeah. So you find it. You face it. Like you're going to be with it. I'm not going to check out. You feel that feeling, whatever it is, fear, anger, sadness. Give yourself permission, and it's amazing to note that when we track those 3, see and be open to the possibility of it freeing, of it moving. Yeah.
And I just want to say one more thing, so if anything you're coming across feels scary, and you feel a little like, oh, you can always wiggle your toes, if it seems a little overwhelming or something, you can wiggle your toes, you can dig in your bum in the chair, just so that you're safe, you're safe, it's good, and it's just a little wave of sensation that's coming up. Yeah. So and then just let it free. And I tell you, the freedom is even just in the willingness to face it, to take responsibility. That's in and of itself the freedom, because you'll see if you do this, and this can take 30 seconds, right? You can do this in the bathroom or anywhere, when you're waiting in front of a traffic light or something, and it's okay, I'm home. This is me, so it's a great little tool.
Practice it. We invite you to practice it. And before we head back to work on the LDT, we just wanted to share with you one last thing. That at the end of the leadership development training, the graduates, these folks who have gone through this 10-month process with us, go do these wonderful projects in the world. And this just happened this past weekend. Today is February 3rd. And this past weekend and the previous couple weekends, several folks just led their workshops and put on projects. And some of them are just, they're all wonderful, but some of them that come to mind right now, there are workshops to help men step into empowerment in their life. There are women's workshops. There's one that just got done this past weekend, which was for teenage girls and their moms. Yeah.
No, that was the weekend before.
That was the weekend before.
Teenage girls and their moms, mother and daughter healing. And this weekend was just preteen girls, actually. I think they were 13 or something, 13, 14. Is that teenager or not? I don't know. But anyways, young girls, how to, and I think it was called You Got This, which is really an empowerment for, can you imagine all these tools were taught to young people? We don't have to hear this when we're 50, we hear this when we're 13, and we get set up. And those are the kind of things that our leaders are doing. They're amazing.
And other things like business development and team building within businesses. So those of you watching out there who are just graduating from the 2019 LDT, congratulations on your workshops. Congratulations for all the beautiful projects you're bringing into the world. And those of you who are interested or are signed up for 2020, which is starting in towards the end of April, this is what you're headed into. So we're really, really excited to take you on this journey. And that's what we wanted to share with you today, our joy and excitement about the leadership development training. We're really, really looking forward to being with you in beautiful Gore, Virginia, and starting this journey with you. And if you have any questions about any of this, if you're watching this and it's not live, post a comment. Post a comment on the page and to Lee or Britta, and we'd love to answer your questions.
Yes, and you can also email us at britta@corexperience.com or lee@corexperience.com, and that core experience has only one E.
CORExperience.com, right? Just
CORexperience.com.
And today, give yourself the gift of practicing the 4 Fs. Find some release and some freedom there.
And hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Yeah, hope you have a beautiful day. Back at it, whatever you're doing.
We're going back to work.
Yeah,
Mwah.
we'll see you hopefully soon. Bye-bye.